members of the media, thank you for joining us this afternoon for an update on that brazen firearms incident which occurred on Wednesday of this week. First, we're going to be hearing from the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Darren Simons, who is going to express his gratitude to the public, whose support has been nothing short of overwhelming in their assistance with this investigation. And then we're going to be getting an update on the actual investigation from Detective Inspector Mr. Jason Smith. Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Moreno. Good afternoon. The firearms incident that occurred on Wednesday was quite rightly raised public concern. Like you, I was alarmed by such a brazen attack in broad daylight. While we've seen a significant reduction in the numbers of firearms incidents and homicides compared to the last year, this incident serves as a stark reminder that all is not well. There is a cancer in our community that law enforcement alone cannot heal. The police have a critical role to play. When incidents like this happen, you expect us to respond, to get control, and catch and convict those who are responsible. And we're doing just that, and we will continue to do that. But unless something changes that stops the mindset that it's okay to take up arms and wantonly discharge them, unless something changes the mindset that it's okay, we will simply repeat those occurrences, or these occurrences, incarcerated. Now, to be absolutely clear, the incident that occurred from our perspective and from what intelligence would suggest is that this was a very targeted kind of way. Now, in spite of this alarming incident, as Mr. Moreno indicated, the response from our community with this investigation has been very encouraging. The information provided by caring members of our community has directly led to an arrest in this matter. This is a testament to what happens when the community and the police work hand in hand together. Clearly, there's a lot of ongoing work to develop this case, and as always, arrested persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank members of the community for the support that they've given us thus far, and the support that I know that they'll continue to give us as this matter progresses. And I'd like to hand over to Inspector Jason Smith.
Thank you, sir. Approximately 5 p.m. yesterday evening, the Bermuda Police Service, in a joint operation with several units within the organization, executed a firearms warrant at a residence has been identified as a person of interest to this investigation. About 9 a.m. this morning, that man has running the shooting on Wednesday outside of the Bermuda Cuisine. With CCTV evidence and eyewitness brought us to where we are today, that has led to the arrest of the man in custody. The investigation is very active, and we are continuing to pursue lines of inquiry, in particular as the public assistance continues to come in, so that we can advance this investigation. As the Commissioner has said, I want to also thank the community for your support, and I think this is a fine example of when the community work together with the police, that we can help to bring resolution and bring peace and tranquility to our island. Thank you.
Members of the media, if you have any questions, please identify yourself before you, in fact, ask a question.
Okay. Kendall Trott with Bermuda Broadcasting. So, is the Bermuda Police Department alarmed at the increase in shootings? It seems there has been a shooting every month since August. Is there a trend or cause for concern?
So anytime there's firearms incidents, there's cause for concern. Actually, you've mentioned some statistics. So when you compare year 2022, last year, there were 28 firearms incidents, confirmed and unconfirmed, and 7 firearms incidents in 2023, which actually marks a significant reduction. In 2022, there were 9 homicides, and year to date, appreciate, we're not quite at the end of the year, there have been 2. So that represents a significant reduction between, last year and as we progress through this year. But that's not, we're not, I mean, 0 is the number we want to absolutely get to, and any uptick in firearms incident is concerning. You can appreciate that tensions are going to rise and fall, throughout the community, and some of those things are going to spill out in firearms incidents.
Thank you.
Gareth Finnegan, Royal Cadet. Good afternoon. Detective Inspector Smith, could you give some details on the gentleman that's currently in custody?
So he's 21 years of age.
And parish, he lives?
Well, he's from the Pembroke Parish area.
And was that where you conducted the firearms warrant yesterday?
Yes.
And just to clarify, I'm taking that when you went to the house at 5 p.m., nobody was there, or the gentleman?
No, the man in custody was not present.
So did that warrant produce any evidence at all? For example, did you find a weapon or anything like that?
Well, at this stage, the investigation is ongoing. I don't want to get into the specifics about what might have been recovered, but we did, based on information, again, from the assistance of the public, act upon that information, and that resulted in the execution of a warrant to apprehend the man.
Talking about assistance from the public, I know normally in these situations you get an awful lot of information from CCTV, particularly if these incidents normally happen at night. There were a lot of people around yesterday when this incident happened. Were you getting more information from actual eyewitnesses rather than CCTV footage?
Yeah, this was actually a combination of both. There was both eyewitness, as you can appreciate, it was a busy time of the day, and there were a lot of persons that were in and around the area. So both eyewitness and CCTV assistance.
Okay, but do you think that the circumstances of this particular incident have helped you? The fact that it was in broad daylight in a fairly crowded part of town.
I would hope to think that it's the community just coming forward and wanting to assist the police and also the country so that we can resolve these matters. I can't go into whether or not it's because it was daylight or nighttime, but we just welcome the public's support and ask for your continued support.
Now, the Commissioner said that the targets were, or this was a very targeted attack. Why do you think that?
So based upon our lines of inquiry in this investigation, that leads us to believe that this was not random, but it was targeted, and we are treating it as such.
And it was 2 men who were targeted?
Yes.
And is it gang related? Were the targets known to the police? Or are they known to the police?
Well, when you say known to the police, what I will say that based upon the investigation, there is some element of gang activity.
Right. And could you just clarify what happened to the 2 targets after they got out of the cab? Because people were saying that one or both ran into masters, or have you been able to, when the police arrived at the scene, were you able to speak to the targets? Were they still at the scene? Was one in masters or both, or had they both disappeared, or what happened there?
Well, I think part of your story is run into Master's store, and the police service had a chance to speak with them, and again, our investigations are ongoing.
And they were totally uninjured, no hospital treatment,
to date,
medical treatment or anything like that?
That's correct. To date, there's no reported injuries.
Okay, I have one final question for the Commissioner. Commissioner Simons, you mentioned that the police are continuing to catch and convict murderers. But do you think that's really a true statement when you look back over, say, the last 10 years? There are still, I can't be what the ratio is of convictions to unsolved crime murders are. Aren't there? Do you think it's fair to say that you're catching and convicting?
Absolutely.
Why would you say that?
because I think when you compare our arrest rate and conviction rate to some other jurisdictions that have these types of issues, we're in that same kind of category. So there's an amount of crime that is going to remain unsolved. And I think what we're doing in relation to that is what you would expect from any other police service. Absolutely.
If I might add something to that, Chief, there have been 92 murders since 2009. 61 of those murders have been solved. 31 remain under investigation. And of that 31, I'm not sure if it's a considerable number. Mr. Smith can correct me, but a number of those people have been arrested and in fact incarcerated awaiting trial.
And that's a favourable statistic compared to other jurisdictions, is it?
Yeah, it's definitely in line with what you would see in other sort of major jurisdictions. Okay. Definitely, yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much.